The Shadow Demon also comes to mind as an option. But... Ooh,
Grimstroke.
Interesting choice. Is this by any chance a Grimstroke Doom? You are opening yourself up to that. You could also have Grimstroke Lina, actually. Pretty solid. Yes, you guarantee your mid laner, but if Leshrac goes against Lina, she loses. If Ember goes against Leshrac, it's a much tougher lane. So Leshrac can't go mid, or at least not safely. Just not bad for Singularity. But of course, it does seem like they probably want to run the Ember Spirit mid. The Doom, like I mentioned, still in the pool, of course. Not a very popular hero these days, though, but you do completely cancel Leshrac. As he does like the Pulse Nova, of course, but relies more on using all the other skills and his items to stay himself alive. He can't really walk near enemies with Doom activated. It's very powerful. Grimstroke's not bad with Mirana to begin with. He's kind of nice with the Ember because you force two enemy heroes to be together. Sleight of Fist is brutal against them. Well, let's see. With the Wind and Rain's 4th pick. Tiny. Okay, they're keeping the flex potential of the lineup. Is a Leshrac support, is a Tiny support, always an option. Both of them, depending on how the lanes go. Tiny pretty decent against Ember. Good with the Centaur. The Tiny Centaur is actually a ridiculously strong combination from back in the day when cheese was a thing. And the answer is a Sven. So now you have a double Storm Hammer. I haven't seen this Sven in a while. He's one of the better picks, though, against the Centaur, because Cleave harasses him without giving him retaliate stacks. Always useful, of course. Very similar to the reason why Gyrocopter gets picked against Centaur. The Warcry is fantastic at countering Centaur Stampede to some degree. He can tank Tiny's damage. He is not vulnerable to ganks early, or not easily. Has a nice combo with Grimstroke as well. Yeah. Sven Omnet would have obviously been ideal, but it's not going to happen. You still have the option of the Doom I mentioned, and however, not... Like, Saberlight Omnite, you have seen. Saberlight, you know, Centaur is very common. Legion, perhaps, but Saberlight Doom, I gotta say, not that common. Perhaps not one of his heroes I would say, or not uncommon, but not the hero I would say, ooh, he stands out in this hero. Last bans, what are you banning for Wind and Rain? Where do you think the lanes are going to go? I'm assuming Tiny support with Centaur, Leshrac mid or carry. Here's the thing. Probably mid laner, because now you know Ember's going to go in the mid lane. So you run Leshrac mid, you beat the Ember. Not bad. What else do you go for then? You need a carry. You need a carry that deals with the Sven. If that's the case, actually kind of tough. Kind of tough. Void would be the ideal situation, the ideal pick here, but obviously not in the pool. You could try to go for a Weaver, but I think there's way too much catch for the Weaver. In addition to 2 area stuns, Weaver does not deal well with those. And a silence that's really easy to use. And not the biggest fan of the Weaver here for war. Snefrit playing. You know, no, Naga Siren is also not an option because Sven, of course. Like, you kind of want to go for a ranged carry, but there's very few options. Troll, yeah, I was going to suggest the Troll. I think one of the better options here. Saberlight Sanking, that is going to be a treat. Now you see this, you need a carry that can also deal with Sanking. Now the Troll has been banned, you need a ranged carry ideally. Is Luna your option? Maybe? I think you're kind of out of options, to be honest. You know, if you want to go a bit into the crazy picks, you could try a Slardar. Or even a Clinks here. But that would go into really not meta pick, so... Dusa? Oof. Oh, yeah, like I said, you need a ranged carry. You kind of need one. But really? Is Dusa the pick? Dusa mid, though. Okay, so Leshrac carry. Alright, this is probably one of the better situations. Dusa is pretty good against Ember. Alright, okay. Not the biggest fan of the Dusa in general, but I think this is a really good pickup here. To be honest. She's fantastic against the Sven, running at you. No way he's gonna catch you. You have the Centaur Warner to give you space, which is good. Tiny as well with the repositioning skill, always useful. Don't know. I kind of want to give it still to Singularity. I think their lineup is still very, very solid. They have a very nice combination with the Grimstroke. Not ultimates, which makes it even better, because you don't need to use that ultimate and Grimstroke always in combination with some amazing double doom, whatever. You just burst like 2 people. That's fantastic. You just Stormhammer 2 people. It's fantastic. You don't need a big commitment. Wind and Rain with the more, we'd even say early game oriented, but they're still having a 4 protect 1. This time Medusa is not as weak as the Morphling. Mystic Snake allows you to have much more impact earlier than Morphling, but you're still essentially playing 4 protect 1 much like last time. And I would dare say the Sven outfarms Medusa. Moreover, the Sven is just a better hero than Medusa right now, even if Medusa kind of counters him. Alright. Wind and Rain. Okay, this is what we're seeing more in centaurs as well. Remember what I was talking about early? I always just talk about the centaur earlys in rotations. You used to go mid lane because it's the fastest lane, the shortest, so you can get there quickest, and you stop the warding. But now that people are getting wiser about that, you start trying to attack other lanes instead. How are these lanes going to go? It's hard to say. I don't know if Singularity has an advantage in the top lane. Leshrac versus Sanking is a very skill-based matchup. It's all about zoning and how your positioning goes here. You have Grimstroke to really annoy him, though. It's not like Nefrid will have an easy time with the Lesh. The mid lane is definitely in favor of the Dusa unless we see a change. Nah, it's going to be just Mage. You kind of have to Sleight of Fist. So, it's a bit tougher because it's not... Mystic Snake is not a disjointable spell. So... there's 2 options to evade it. 1, Sleight of Fist, so it doesn't target you. So, when either Mystic Snake is bouncing, or when Medusa's about to cast, you Sleight of Fist beforehand. Or 2, let Mystic Snake hit you while you're invulnerable, which means no damage. However, you do still lose mana. So, there is... it's a very tough matchup for an Ember, honestly. There's not really a win here. Yeah, see? There we go. That's what I was talking about. When it targets you, you try to get the Sleight of Fist. And no, it doesn't actually take away your mana. My bad. Sorry. So you go invulnerable, it hits you while you're invulnerable. There we go. The classic. Am I going to get kicked out as Nefrid's going to die? Hit this first blood. No, it's not. Actually, Nefrid's fine. Okay. Thank you, Dota. Thank you for the watching experience. Oh, there we go. Nefrid in trouble. Saberlight. He did go for a level 1 Burst Strike, acknowledging he was up against a Leshrac, so probably the better option here. Sven, Excalibur. He's going to try to go for... he's going to be left alone for now. I don't think Excalibur being alone is the ideal plan, frankly. So that's why they rotate immediately, Grimstroke down bottom. This is better, okay. Like I said, you don't have a bad lane against Centaurs, probably one of the better lanes. I think your Silence is actually kind of fine. But you are up against a tiny Centaur. It's not the easiest of matchups. There we go. Tiny stop, tiny toss, Centaur stop. Unfortunately, against a Sven, this doesn't work out. In fact, Sven actually counterattacks pretty hard. Look at this, Nikwa. It might just die here. They get the stomp off, though, which just barely saves him. Excalibur needs to let him go. As they use the combination of Toss and Avalanche and the Stomp just to save the life of Nikwa. Now Samurai gets his points in Sandstorm. He can start putting some more pressure into this lane. Doesn't have a... oh, he does have a Quelling Blade to try to Atlas into the Leshrac. I'm assuming this is a lane. The good thing about not being up against a melee core as ranking, I mean the only good thing, the saving grace, is you don't ever feel pressure to put points in your Caustic Finale because, well, you never actually get to use it in lane. So you instead max the Sandstorm and the Burrow Strike, which is usually a better build for Sanking. Doing fine, not too unhappy with this. Putting some pressure against the Lashrak. He's actually beating him on lane. And that's what you usually see with a Tiny, rotating mid as soon as you can. Try to help out your Medusa. Ember actually winning this lane for now, taking advantage of his superior lasting potential and how good he is with the Sleight of Fist, evading most of the damage. The bottom lane, they're going this time for the Centaur, so even if you get the stomp off, doesn't really matter. Tiny just committed suicide, which allows him to TP back in, and they acknowledge this. They're going to let Boogie go. They're putting a good amount of pressure into the Centaur, but for now, it's kind of equal in terms of farm. There's not really much of a difference in last hits. Top lane though, DNZ, no, has leaped. So a lot of trials trying to get aggression here, but unfortunately, they're unable to accomplish it. The only kill I'm seeing is like, there was no first blood, right? Yeah, there wasn't, because Tiny just died and for some reason it shows 1. But first blood still hasn't been technically done. Saberlight Sandstorms in the lane, now level 2. Making sure you at least can always get some last hits. Sorry, there's something worth there. Four minutes in, still no first blood. The attempts to kill are a bit too tough, so it's just going to be lane domination for both teams. In fact, both teams early, they probably want to play a bit passive. Maybe the team with the Tiny wants to try to get kills. But both teams are happy just farming here. It's not like the Sankey is going to look for a kill either. Unless he makes a misstep here in the top lane. They don't have Sentry this time. Saberlight realizes. Ooh, but the arrow hitting Leshrac. Now they can actually counter-initiate with a leap ready in the Starstorm as well. Leshrac gets healed by the second star, which means he's going to go down. Lucky magic stick by Saberlight saves his life, and yo, you just can't chase after Saberlight. Look how good this man is. He actually just got healed by the bottle on the Marana. You get the Fire Blast. Burst Strike still available. Stunned. Saberlight playing just to the last bitter end of death. He still has a Sandstorm and you have no more Sentry. Saberlight can use the Sandstorm. Look at this, yo. He just got played like a fatal. The Valkyrie comes in. Saberlight trying to get away. He played a bit too far in. And because he was greedy with that kill on Yo, he will lose his life where he could have just gotten away. Saberlight, sometimes you're a bit too good for your own good, buddy. So for now, that is a slight win, I would say, for Singularity. I think Saberlight played that pretty well. The issue is that, well, then he committed suicide. He was a bit too cocky. This happens, right? This used to happen a lot when 3-3 was like, everyone was talking about how great 3-3 was. He used to make these amazing plays, and then he would commit suicide by accident because he was too good for his own good. Ice did the same thing. Yes, I'm a big fan. What can I say, man? I think Saberlight is some next level of offlaning. I think anyone who knows Dota understands this. In the middle lane, they got a fantastic arrow to Hannah. She's out of mana. There's a Spirit Bomb. Mage. Just need the last hit. Where's the other Spirit? There we go. Mage gets the first kill on Hannah, but once more. Still, Sleight of Fist in 5 seconds. Nico has to get the Avalanche off. Takes away the Flame Guard. The last Spirit used. And with one auto attack, Mage also finishes off Nikwa. This guy. Don't give Mage the Ember. There's a reason why they first pick it every time. Gets a double kill like it's nobody's business and now rotates down bottom. No, it's the Grimstroke rotating down bottom. They think they can kill the Centaur. I don't know if it's possible. Stormhammer, will they dive this tower? They seem confident. Buggy does get a stomp off, but he does get stunned off afterwards. There's no Warcry yet. Excalibur just chasing right after him. He realizes he cannot tank this tower as well as he thought. Was that tree left by Grimstroke? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, now Excalibur's in trouble. He's getting a bit too cocky, and they get him with the double edge. However, middle lane, another attempt at Hannah's life, and they will get him just with one last hit. Another Ember Spirit, or another, sorry, Fire Remnant to get him. As Mage wants to continue fighting this, there's no Starstorm. He has a Sleight of Fist. Yo, you better run, you fat sack of dead bones. There we go. Last hit by Mage. Finished off, but Nico in the backlines kills off DNC. Going for Mage still. He has the Sleight of Fist. Let's turn around, but no. He's too slow at turning around. And that ends up guaranteeing Nico the kill. What a fantastic rotation here by Nico. And a good commitment to the Stampede there by Wind and Rain. Okay, Boogie. In trouble. Here we go, Inkswell, Boogie. They catch him, but again, they just don't want to go any further. Nikwa is a real threat. Every time this Tiny comes in, they go, no, I guess we should better let them go. At least in the meantime, Saberlight's having a okay lane against the Leshrac. Actually, he's doing pretty well. He's doing pretty well. Nefrit, now always threatened by the potential Epicenter. Talk about Saberlight. He thinks an Epicenter is in order. Epicenter immediately charged. The arrow will hit. Nefrit, you have been stunned. You have been killed. Saberlight takes no prisoners, brings down Nefrit. And that's yet another kill away of Singularity. Okay, here's a rotation. Saberlight, Boogie. Let's get a stomp off. A Saberlight realizes there's 4 heroes here. He cannot fight this. He gets killed off with the Split Earth. And it's Peksu alone against the world. The question is not if Peksu will survive, but rather how long he will survive. Unless he counter-initiates, gets the Yoga Magi right on his own. And here are the reinforcements. Peksu, he has been helped by a team ready to stop him. But there's no searing chains just on the Ember Spirit. He's going to go for an important kill on Nefrit. Can he guarantee it? There's the Pulse Nova activate. He still has one last line of fist. He does get it off. Mirana joins in. Nefrit the target, but he just don't have any more damage. DNC still chasing after Nefrit. He has to leap up to the high ground. Wants to get the arrow snipe. It's not going to happen. Hannah even joins DNZ. He needs to find a TP spot, but his TP is still on cooldown. The courier sees him. They know where he is. DNZ. This is the never-ending story, buddy, because they're just going to chase for you until you die. Courier giving vision. DNZ's tired. There's another leap. But they get him regardless with the Fire Blast. You cannot disjoint the toss either. And DNZ will go down. Yo in the top lane, Excalibur just right after him. He's still level 5. I'm getting a slight sense of deja vu for this poor Yol. He's being cooked alive right now. And now sliced and ready for dinner. At the bottom lane, there's a team fight going on, and he's stuck in the Sandstorm. Boogie! He just body blocked you, carry! Yes, Saberlight dies, but in exchange for a kill onto the Leshrac. And Ember still chasing after Boogie. He has one last spirit, but if you use it, now he has 2. I can play a bit more aggressively. But thinks twice about it. Decides not to go for the stomp, for the Centaur, sorry, as the stomp can stop him. I think Saberlight's happy with that death there, honestly. Veil Discord soon to come out. Thank you for stopping that worth, finally, you don't deserve it. As the Yoga Magi dies, Yo, taken down by Peksu's Ghost Rend. But they also take down a tower in the process. This time this Ogre had much more impact. He's going for the Fire Blast build with only 1 point in Bloodlust. I hate that you still go for the Ignite, buddy. You just don't go for Ignite. That's the build. No Ignite. Veil a Discord for Saberlight. Soon to come. For now, he wants to get another kill to guarantee this. They have the double power strike. They go for the more important target, the poor Medusa. And they actually die at the same time. Yolas just cannon fodder yet again. Split Earth, though, to control the Sand King. Saberlight needs to Sandstorm himself. He is now invisible, but he cannot escape the Pulse Nova, as Nefrit also destroys, decimates DNZ. A Boogie in the same world of hurt. Killed off by Mage. They're still going to chase after them. Nikwa has a Blink Dagger. He could go on to Excalibur. Do you want to commit to this, though? I think not. You lose 3 for 2 in the end. It's hard to say who won because you did take the Medusa down. It's more important cores. Definitely. You lost 2 supports in Saberlight, but Sven survived. He has a Midas. He's still farming. The Ember Spirit also survives. It's would say it might even be a slight win for Singularity, but it's quite an equal trade. Also, the fact that they died earlier, meaning that the experience went completely... Oh, he's level 6 now, this ogre. Oh, no, arrow! Alright, let's play the game. How many times has Yol died already? 6 times. Actually, not that bad. So that means the difference in kills is not that big a deal, because almost half the kills are the most useless support. And this is not a criticism to Yol, but rather he's playing Ogre Magi. Like, your role is to exist, to tank hits, and to ward effectively. And that's it. Not gonna be the support that wins you the game. Ever. In pubs, maybe, because you can be greedy and go for Midas Dagon, but and be disgusting. But in competitive, that's never gonna happen. Okay, Boogie. Ah, they actually catch both supports here at DNC. The first to die, Pex control, but nice. Teleport strike with an epicenter to boot. This time they might be able to get the Leshrac. They get a lot of damage onto him. That's going to be a dead Leshrac thanks to the Inkswell. Also finishing off Nikwa afterwards. So 2 dead, and from behind coming the reinforcers, Mage, giving them a bit more time. Yol sacrificing himself to save his partner Boogie, but they want Boogie. It's clear. They're not going to settle for less. They just need to kill Boogie. In the end, it's Yol who's gonna be killed off instead. It seems like Yol going to the tree, dividing himself, separating, giving space, allowing Boogie to survive. Oh, Yol, you are a martyr. You will always be remembered in our hearts as the dead Ogre Magi in mid lane. What a rotation, because the arrow hits square in Medusa's face. They don't even need to bring down her mana. She didn't even have mana shield activated, I believe. They just kill her off immediately. Now though, Excalibur could be in trouble. They dust them up. Saberlight giving them some space. Seals the magic wand, trying to run away from the Pulse Nova. Excalibur, still with those steroids activated. He can continue to find this. The Spirit Bomb to finish off Boogie, and Nikwa will be the next target. As Saberlight wants to go for more. Nikwa trying to run away. He's close to, but Sleight of Fist ensures that doesn't happen. Man, this Saberlight. Blink Dagger soon to come on him as well. And, oh hey, yo. I think I've seen this one before. It starts with an Ogre Magi walking into an enemy team and oh, there we go. They spoiled the ending. Yol set to finally complete it on Nefrit. This will help against the Sanking a bit further. Blink Dagger complete on the Sanking as well. And Mage. Go for the Maelstrom now. Completed. It's gonna help out a lot. Well, the smoke gank coming in from Singularity. What is the goal of the smoke gank? What are they going to go for? Unsure yet, because it's kind of a blind smoke to some degree, but they could surprise the enemy team. While Wind and Rain are taking advantage of this downtime to actually take a tower down, giving them a bit more space. Oh, Hannah, you have so many dreams. Are they gonna be accomplished? I'm not sure. For now, with the Moonlight Shadow, they get to extend the smoke to some degree. They just got discovered. Oh no, they're like, alright guys, there's a smoke here. But they know where the enemy team is as well. This fight might not go the way that Singularity is expecting it to. I don't know if Wind and Rain can actually defend this. First, kill the Ogre. First step in any good plan. And then I'll stop Boogie. They go for Saberlight. Saberlight's lasting quite a lot though. Even if he's stunned, he's just withstanding this. Saberlight taking all he can, finally being brought down. And here's the Sven after the Medusa ultimate. He's rage detected God Strength and tear her to shreds. Hannah is gone, and Nefrit might just be the next one. They just need to get a stun off first. They do. The Stormhammer's ready. Excalibur not even needed. As DNZ with Grimstroke's Pexu's help, They're able to bring him down. Yes, they lose Saber Light, but in exchange for 3, all the cores, in addition to an Ogre that actually was... Did he fight back? Yes, he did. Now Peksu. He's been silenced. They do have a stomp here. Peksu. Oh, the TP's too fast.
You should have known better.
And the perfectly timed line. You should have known better. You should know what the TP time is, buddy. For now, the early activation of Singularity has worked wonders. Excalibur. Now, once he gets the BKB, he'll be ready to fight the Medusa in any situation, whereas Hannah still attempting to farm that Manta style. Kind of behind in terms of farm. And Singularity has managed to do this. Oh, no, not you again. Alright. Singularity has managed to do this by just constantly fighting. They do have a leap. Can he get it off in time? Leap! Oh, no. You might be able to leap, but the stun will still hit you. Tip Nefrit for a fantastic split earth, but Saberlight's looking for a much easier target. Much more important target. It's gonna be the Dusa. With all this damage, how is she even supposed to survive? The Ghost Rain will just kill her. Saberlight gets the final hit in the end. That is so much more valuable. Tower falls here in the top lane. Saberlight goes further. It's Blink and Veil in the ready. With the Hooded Defiance to boot, it's gonna start to go for some utility items, allowing himself to survive the Leshrax Pulse Nova, ideally. Wind and Rain have not really been able to propose much this whole game. They really went for the same strategies before. For Protect 1 to some degree, and Excalibur or Singularity really is just playing faster. They're constantly fighting to make sure this is a low net worth game. Look at the GPMs. Sure, you have 2 GPMs surpassing the 500 mark, but nothing too crazy. Constantly fighting to make sure this stays this way. With this Roshan, probably an Aegis onto... I wouldn't even give it to the Ember. Actually, rather than the Sven. Maybe even Saberlight might take the Aegis. Stuck him by the slots. No, it's not Saberlight. It has to be the Ember. Yeah, there we go. Mage takes it. TP bottom, and Saberlight just nicks the Leshrac. Go for more. They get the Searing Chains off. Leshrac, where are you going, buddy? Stay with us and play. This is a very dangerous game. It's the game of death. They bring him down. Not much commitment even needed. At least they toss back the Ember, but Tiny's gonna die at the same time as this poor Boogie. He has not been able to move at all in this whole engagement. Just perma-stunned. And now Singularity proceed to push further. They want to take the last tier 2s. This is what the first Aegis is used for. No, they kill. I mean, at this point. Well, how many deaths is Yol on at this point? 11 deaths. He's keeping consistent. At least always a third of the kills in Singularity are against Yol. That's what I call consistency, boys. Take down the tower in the middle lane. And now, Wind and Rain, what is your plan? How do you get back into this game? It's so tough. Without your carry being online, is Leshrac so much... The onus of initiation's on him entirely, really. I don't even think this is a good play. Even with the Stone Gaze, can you win this team fight? I do not think so, frankly. Sven's BKB, Lesh's damage has been just reduced to nothing. You might be able to get at least Saberlight. This is quite important. Okay, has he noticed there's a sentry here? Saber. Can't burst like in time. Okay, this is really important actually. Quick and important kill. They're still gonna fight this though. Singularity confident, go for Yol first. Traditional Yol kill to start the match. Now a much more important target in Nefrit. What a fantastic arrow. They guarantee Nefrit's death as Yol also dies in the sidelines. That's gonna be Wind and Rain losing their carry for an offlaner. It's not that bad. If it wasn't because they're so far behind, they just can't afford to do this because this is a tower gone. Excalibur pushes this. We'll take a tower to boot with the God Strength soon to fall. Doesn't really matter. Or soon to end. Doesn't really matter. They're shoving out all the lanes as well, putting the pressure. Aegis still alive for a couple more minutes. Even if Nefrit comes back, they can do the same thing over and over again. Yeah, Tusha in this patch I find is underwhelming to say the least. I think it's one of the heroes with the lowest win rate bar lone druid at all brackets. Well, it's guaranteed. There is a bit of a caveat using those stats, right? Like it's not exactly, oh, you know, like Juggernaut has really low win rate. It's still not that bad in competitive. And pals people don't know how to play heroes sometimes. But Tusha and lone druid are, oof, they are trash tier heroes. I think it's worse than the lone druid. Wait till the next patch though, where Nice Truck says, and now Lone Druid can now summon 2 bears. They replicate each other's items like Arc Warden. Okay, go for the Lush. Nefrit. There's the Stampede to try to counter-initiate. The NZ could be in trouble. Moonlight Shadow still available. Use it last second. And there we go. He's ready to get away. No problem. Nick was just going to be the cannon fodder and the sacrificial goat. Perhaps not. Perhaps Nico gets away. The TP? Yeah, they're not even gonna bother, just gonna shove the lane. Well, that's your Roshan gun. Or Aegis gun, sorry. Most likely, I don't think Mage can do anything special here. Unless Hannah, alone. Saberlight considers this, but he doesn't know who's nearby. The thing is, we know nobody was nearby Hannah, and he was as good as dead. But they don't know this. Mage goes further, Nefrit the target, there's the Sand Game blinking, they can't get him. Doesn't matter though, they have a burst strike, it's really all they need. Saberlight's even considering not initiating. There we go. Goodbye Nefrit. DNZ does die in the backline, so that's pretty okay for Wind and Rain, but you're still losing your Leshra consistently, every single engagement. With Singularity now rotating bottom and mid, trying to shove out 2 lanes at once and dominate this triangle. We're probably going to see some sentries now, perhaps some offensive wards as well. Ember with Mjolnir Mage. He just acquired this really big boost in damage. Like, the Excalibur actually has had the BKB forever, and he has not yet used it. That's how dominant their performance has been. I don't know if this is smoke we're seeing brew. Yes, Pexu considering with Saberlight. There's the smoke. With Mage as well. They just deward this so they know they didn't get caught. And there's someone in the high ground. That is Hannah. You can catch Hannah first. Nothing is better than this. Are you gonna guess? Moonlight Shadow used. It's time they're going for an easier target. Down bottom is a lonely Leshra. Nefrit, you're not going anywhere, buddy. Even with the help of Nikwa. It's just 2 kills for the price of 1 now, Nikwa. Thank you for that. Appreciates the Singularity. Saves me from doing 2 trips. It's like when you ask your flatmate, can you buy me some milk at the shop? Sure, man. Instead of milk, though, you got a free tiny. Tower gonna fall in the bottom lane. Okay, the multicast is fed. Excalibur still surviving this. He has a big AB. Last case scenario. Nikwa trying to stop him with the Avalanche. There they go with the Dust. Mage fighting against everyone. What is the point here? Yeah, just giving a bit of space. If the arrow hits something, it does hit Nikwa. But they don't want to go any further. If you hit the Medusa, sure. Nikwa, You took that tier 3. You didn't take down anything else, though. You can continue pushing. Maybe wait for the next Roshan. Play this safe. That arrow. They're like, guys, there's a Yol here. Do we kill Yol again? Is this an option? Let's go Yol killing. National sport of the Singularity country. And they are looking for another set of racks. Singularity. Here we go. Let's see. Or not another, sorry. The first set of racks, Singularity. Here we go. Cost strength not available, though, so this push is a bit slow. Yol center first. What are you doing, Boogie? LTP in the middle of 3. Mage. Harassing them a lot. Saberlight could be in trouble. Has the epi yet. BKB has been committed, but no god strength. They get a double Stormhammer, but Saberlight's gone. Goodbye to him. And the Stone Gaze annoying Excalibur forced to go for Boogie instead. However, she's out of mana. This Dusa rooted up forever. She's never getting away. She's way too slow. Killed off together with an Ogre Magi. That is just collateral damage every time. Dusa might bite back, but what are you doing, Hannah? But dying twice in a row. Hannah, this is not the play, buddy. You're stressing out a bit too much. Excalibur still deals damage even with the steroids. Look at her go down. They have the Ghost Rend, and it's gonna be Pex who gets that kill. As now Nefrit joins the fray as well, and he gives himself to the Club of the Dead. Everyone's joining the other side. Wind and Rain, call the GG. It's over, guys. God Strength is ready, but it's only gonna be used to push down your base. There is literally nothing. They even get a Desolator for the Ember. They just want to push as quickly as possible. Force the GG as soon as possible. 80 seconds that Dusa. Desolator amplifying the damage onto these towers. Wind and Rain, kick them out of your base or just give up. GG, well played. Call Singularity, take these games. Both of them. Both of them in less than 30 minutes. Singularity, a single fantastic team that just speed up through these qualifiers. With that, we say goodbye to these both teams. It's been a pleasure seeing them here, but we will be joining soon with the next games of the day. Last games from me as well. It's the games between, or last game of the day for me, and the next third game of the day is Hippomaniacs between Asko Mani, which is the new Danish pairs, for those of you who don't know. So let's see how these guys do. It's been a pleasure casting for you guys. Hope you enjoyed this very much. I certainly did. If you did, you know, feel free to tell me why in the comments. If you didn't, tell me why as well, because that way I can improve. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you guys next time with some more Dota 2. Enjoy some tunes while I wait for the next match to start.